a world controlled by massive corporations, a steady aim and split-second decisions are needed for your megacon to complete its goals. Begin your missions at the Mercs Hub on beastsofwar.com. Keep your blaster handy, the West is a dangerous place. Fight to survive as men turn to monsters and the dead rise on the Wild West Exodus Hub at beastsofwar.com.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Weekender. I'm Warren from the Beast of War team. I'm joined this morning by Lloyd.
Hey.
Brother Lloyd.
Spelled L-L-O-Y-D.
Sam.
Hi, guys.
We have some news about Sam. This is Sam's last Weekender.
Oh.
We're going to talk about that in a little minute before we get too sad. Actually, do you want to know something interesting?
Sure.
By all accounts, right? Well, we could be wrong, because, sometimes we get stuff wrong. By all accounts, this is episode 99 of The Weekender.
Oh.
Which means the next time we're back on your screens, it'll be the 100th episode of The Weekender. Now,
Just missing
you
it.
just missed it.
Just miss it.
Now, it's not the easiest thing to verify because you're having to go back through everything, but we have a counter on the shows that we've been keeping up to date. And the next episode is episode 100 of The Weekender. It's our 100th birthday, dudes!
If only we had a party popper.
So we're going to think of something cool for the 100th episode and see what we can do. It's worth saying now that there is no Weekender next weekend, okay? Because we have the Bolt Action Boot Camp. So we're going to be live blogging that entire weekend to bring you the best and all of the insights into how to get into Bolt Action. And have the most amount of fun.
That's a way to keep you on tenterhooks, isn't it? Say the next Weekender will be the 100th, but it's not next weekend.
It's such a relief, to be honest, because it gives us a bit of an opportunity to try and think of something cool to do for the 100th episode. Like, how often do you reach something like a show like The Weekender where you actually get to episode 100? Even The Simpsons, I believe The Simpsons has 659 episodes.
You know the guy,
and that's been going forever.
Yeah, you know the guy who does Flanders and Mr. Burns is dropping out now, apparently.
Yes, he's Derek Smalls is the favourite character he does from Spinal Tap. He's the bass player from Spinal Tap.
Oh, wow.
So,
Fair enough.
Right. Of course, next weekend is the Bolt Action Boot Camp. However, on June 26th, we're running the Infinity Boot Camp.
Time to rub hands.
Again, I'm missing the one I really wanted to go to.
Yeah, I'm sorry we couldn't get it earlier and we couldn't delay it any longer. Yes, we're running the Infinity Boot Camp on June 26th. If you've ever wanted to get into Infinity or get a refresher in Infinity, the boot camp is the way to go. It's a glorious weekend. There'll be 20-odd gamers. I think we've 20 places this time. We get together on the Friday when you arrive at the studios. You're given your army. You get to build it. And then on the Saturday, we're going to be gaming from scratch, learning about the nuances of your army, the nuances of the game. You get gaming on the Saturday. By the way, on the Saturday morning, you get a hangover breakfast because you're going to need it from the Friday night.
That's true enough.
We game all the way through on the Saturday, and then on the Saturday evening, we can do some more a hobby and build some more stuff.
That's an important wink.
Yeah.
Before going out for more drinks on the Saturday night. Yes, there is quite a bit of beer consumed and a lot of laughing and joking and going on.
That's what happens when your office is just down the road from a pub.
There's a nice meal on the Saturday night. Then on the Sunday morning, guess what it starts with?
More beer.
Hangover breakfast. So hangover breakfast on the Sunday, and then we do our final gaming on the Sunday. Sunday is prize day, okay? So there'll be prizes and things like that for cool things that you do in those final games.
May I just say, I remember from the Drop Zone Commander Bootcamp, being one of the live bloggers, the prizes on Sunday were a pain because every time I was running back to write one in, someone else got it.
Yep.
So back I went.
There's a heap of prizes for the Sunday. Can I just say, the prizes on this boot camp, the Infinity Boot Camp, are extra special because they are miniatures that have never, ever, nor will reach production.
Get away. Really?
Yeah. These are miniatures that no one else has. They're exclusive in the fact that they will never see the light of day other than the people that win them at the boot camp.
So what, are they going to be metal?
Yeah.
So they've got like some molds that they have that they never put into production?
Every company has it. They have those miniatures they've created that have never went into production. And they create some and they have it, and Carlos is bringing them back. And it's worth mentioning that Carlos is going to be here. Yep. Carlos will be filming with us before the boot camp, so he'll have some interesting stuff potentially to talk about.
That's an important note that Carlos is going to be here, because if Carlos is somewhere, there's going to be energy, fun, and excitement, because Carlos is the man when it comes to showing off Infinity. You're really good at it.
So it is a glorious, glorious weekend. We have a handful of tickets left. Okay, It went to our backstagers first. We have a few tickets left. Those tickets are now publicly available to anyone. Let me give you an indication of the cost. So for the weekend, for your army and the gubbins around your army, there's quick start rules, there's your army lists and everything else, and the thing that you'll be building on the Saturday. All your food. So there's an evening buffet on the Friday. There's your hangover breakfast on the Saturday morning. There's lunch on the Saturday. There's an evening meal on the Saturday evening. And then there's your hangover breakfast on the Sunday morning and a lunch buffet on the Sunday. All of that and your 2 nights accommodation.
Excellent. Just up the road from here. So there's it's
walk.
Well within staggering distance.
So everything you need. You have nothing you need to worry about. Okay?
Which is a good point. It's a good point that all these things are close, because sometimes when you go to events, you find yourself taking taxis and stuff. Once you get here, you won't be taxiing.
Everything is within 2 minutes walking distance. So we have the perfect triangle. Beesavor HQ, the Breezemount Manor. We basically take over an old manor house for the weekend. So it is really, really cool. And pub. All within a perfect triangle of walking distance. You want to know the price? Yeah. Okay, so for that, it's sharing a room, and the price is 155 quid. Okay? We have 2 non-accommodation tickets, so if you happen to be in the area or live in the area, or perhaps even want to arrange your own accommodation somewhere, we have 2 non-accommodation tickets for 100 quid a piece. If you want to go down that route. And at the time of filming, okay, we also have the couples ticket still available. Now, a couples ticket is there's a room in the Breezemount.
Is it a special room?
It's a special room. It's got it's lovely. It's got a 4-poster bed. Okay.
Oh, I think I've seen photos of this.
Yeah, there's a 4-poster bed.
What are the posters on?
Yeah, so if you and your other half would like to get into Infinity, there is a couples ticket. We only have the one. So if you were thinking of having a nice weekend looking around Northern Ireland, because we've got some beautiful sites here as well, like the Giant's Causeway or whatever. If you need some extra accommodation just before the event or just after, that's not a problem. You just let us know which days or nights extra you need, and we can add that on to your ticket price for you. And it's all there. And if nobody takes that double room, that Bishop's room, me and you'll have it.
No.
We're brothers. We're allowed to share a bed again.
No. We went on holiday and ended up in the same room. And we weren't supposed to.
So anyway, we're looking forward to it. It's a little later in the show. We're going to be showing you some of the terrain and stuff that we've been putting together for the Bolt Action Boot Camp. Oh no, maybe we're not. Whether we are or we're not, it doesn't matter.
But I tell you what, why you mentioned the Bolt Action one?
Yeah.
Man, we got our work cut out for us on this Infinity one, because the Bolt Action Boot Camp looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, when you see the layouts, the table layouts, we have a commitment here at Beasts of War that whenever you come to a Beasts of War boot camp, you're going to be playing on tables that are as good as anything that we've played on in our demo games. So if you like the tables that we play on whenever we're doing demo games and things like that, it's worth coming to a boot camp, because that's the quality of the terrain that we try to achieve for you guys. But we have got to get our thinking caps on for this Infinity stuff, because if we're going to do something special, we need to work out what we're going to do.
Pakistan desert.
Quality-wise, though, Justin cracked me and John up yesterday. He was like, I think this is the best boot camp we've done. And John's like, but we've only done 2.
So anyway, the tickets are open to everyone now. So there is a handful left. If you do fancy coming along and joining us for what is a fantastic weekend, we had nothing but rave reviews from the guys that joined us, the guys and girls that joined us on the Drop Zone Commander boot camp. We're really excited about the bolt action one, but this Infinity one is turned out to be something quite special. You know, if Infinity is even slightly your cup of tea, you may want to come on board this one. It's the last one for the summer. There will not be another one now until possibly September. Okay. We reckon it is going to happen. I just want to get it finalized, but this is it now. It'll be a little while before we do another one.
Just about when you arrive back from Japan after you give up.
We hope. So this is Sam's last episode for a while. It's on the running order here.
It's even Sam's last segment. I don't think he's back.
No, this is me in the episode.
Is this it? Sam is going off to Japan. He's going off to become a teacher of English.
Yes, I'm going to teach English as I've given up trying to teach you lot.
Why aren't you wearing your tweed jacket?
Yeah, I got my teaching tweeds today. It was the only jacket my size.
So what part of Japan are you going to?
I'm going to the third largest city, Nagoya.
Yeah.
So that's bang between Tokyo and Kyoto. It's a good travel hub for the whole country.
So how far is it from Tokyo?
About hour and a half as the Shinkansen flies, and 6 hours by the bus.
I have no idea what that means.
It's the train.
Oh, it's a train.
It's the bullet train.
Oh, it's a flying train.
No, it's the bullet train.
Oh, it's a bullet train. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You see, you're now confusing us. We thought, maglev, that's cool.
So Sam is off to Japan. Now Sam will still be around, but in a kind of a Japanesey time zone kind of a way.
I'm staying on as backstage editor.
Yes. So it's we should still be there. We should still see Gurn of the Week, but it may have a slightly more sushi kind of feel to the whole thing. So
I'll be gurning about the sushi.
Will you do me a favor?
Yes.
I am fascinated by Japanese culture and everything that's going over there. But I'm also really curious as to what our industry is doing over there.
Yeah, okay. I was actually looking into that a bit. Apparently, there isn't much in the way of tabletop gaming, although it's becoming a bit more. Games Workshop have broken in over there, but apart from that, there isn't too much.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know this too, because when I look at Japan, it all looks like video games and Gundam models.
Well, that's what they're really into, apparently, is collecting those big Gundam...
Or is it chibi? Is it... yeah.
No, collecting those big Gundam things that John gets and paints. That's what apparently the modeling is all about. There is a lot of card games, but not so much the ones we play over here, so not Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic as much, at least from what I've heard. They have their own ones.
We're going to find out. So Sam will keep us abreast of the whole thing, and I'm looking forward to maybe even a couple of Gaming City guides coming in from
I hope
Japan.
so. I hope so.
Look, Sam, best of luck, mate. It's we're going to miss you. We don't think we're actually running sweepstakes in the studio here because we don't think it'll be long before he's back. Sam has a terrible fear of wasps. So we keep saying to him, when you see one of the hornets over there, that's about the size of your finger, he'll probably be on the next plane out again.
Yeah, so. One hornet, one earthquake, and they'll be leaving a brown trail back across Russia.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a very quick break. After the break, we're going to bring Justin and Rich in. We're going to be talking a little bit about Kings of War and talking about what they've been getting up to and what's new in Kings of War. So we'll be right back after we tell you about some hubs.
See ya.
Fight for the Iron Kingdoms as a warcaster. Take control of the mighty jacks, arcane devices, and dark sorceries to bring the fight to the War Machine Hub on beastsofwar.com. It's time for 28mm World War II action. Will you recreate history or reshape it your way? On the Bolt Action Hub at beastsofwar.com.
Hi guys, thanks for sticking with us. We're welcoming Rich onto the show.
Hello.
Justin.
Hi.
We're welcoming you onto the show as well.
So I get a welcome. Hooray!
Okay, so you guys have been spending a couple of days this week filming a new Kings of War series.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about it then?
Without
giving the game away, obviously.
Yeah.
To start with, we've settled on a name, so it's Conquering Kings of War.
Yep.
And we're going to be going through all the basics to actually get you bedded into the game, get you up, running, ready to play. So, Rich?
Yeah, because basically Kings of War 1 was around for quite a while. Mm-hmm. We ran the Kickstarter for Kings of War version 2.
Yeah.
And so it was time to come over, go through the stuff with you guys, do a demo game.
Yeah, well, 2 demo games.
2 demo games. And just get the rules out there so people can see what's changed. Mm-hmm. And for new people to see how easy it is to get into the game itself.
Now, you got one of the things, it's either happened recently or it's about to happen, is you've greatly expanded all the army lists. So the people that are out there that have existing armies and things like that will probably find a list that will allow them to take that army into Kings of War.
Yep, I mean, the lists have been finalised now. They were beta for quite a while, and they were finalised the other night. So if you can go and download them now for the army lists.
Yeah.
And you can see masses of units. Everyone's got extra stuff.
Yeah.
The humans getting monsters, ogres getting mammoths. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy stuff coming out.
Now, the rules were in beta. Now, they're pretty much at the end of that beta cycle now. They're going to start coming out very soon.
Yeah.
What has changed, or what flavor-wise?
Flavor-wise, it's the same. It's all about getting big units like we've got showing on here. Yeah. Big units, getting them fighting, crunching out big armies. The changes, it wasn't really changes, like you were saying. It's more of it's cleaning.
It's really just polishing the entire system. So the system was there, and it was good. It was light. It was fast, fun, mass combat. Mm-hmm. Now it's tidied it up. There were things that sort of hitched the game a little bit. I mean, like command units. They would sort of hitch the game when you were in combat. Now they've been completely cleaned up.
Hitch?
Yes.
Hitch as in a little kind of obstacle, a hiccup type thing.
Okay, we're doing this, that.
They kind of got rid of all the unnecessary rules because that slowed the game down. It needs to be fast, and so you can get these big armies without having to spend an entire evening. You can easily play a big game in a very short period of time.
Yeah, well, I mean, like our demo games, we didn't break an hour on them. It's that light and fast and fun to play with.
Yeah. Now it's this is the table that you guys were recording on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fabulous looking table. It's again, we've got these beautiful foreground buildings and stuff on here.
Yep.
But there is something I wanted to show you guys. So up until very recently, these have been our kind of trees of choice.
Yeah.
So this here is a tree by K&M, and they've always kind of been our tree of choice.
Yeah.
But we have recently found new, beautiful trees.
So the king has been knocked off the mountaintop?
Yes, in so many words, yes. Do you want to see them? So Foreground have recently expanded. Foreground, the makers of all this terrain, have recently expanded into trees and things like that. And they're going to be doing a full and complete range of trees.
Yeah.
To kick off with, they introduced all the deciduous trees. So they have young trees and mature trees. So they're not working in trees in scales, because a tree is one of those things that kind of, you could scale it whatever way you wanted. It's either a very young tree or something quite old. Take a look.
Oh, yes.
At this.
Yes.
That is damn gorgeous.
That is glorious.
A beautiful. Now, we haven't based these just yet because they've only just arrived in the studio.
That's how good it looks straight out the pack.
It's like, wow. Look at that there. Isn't that just lovely? Now, where do you see some of the range that we have here? So it's because they are.
So I'll assume these are mature trees, yeah?
Yes, these ones are mature. So let me just put them down here so as you can get a feel for them. Look at that there.
That's got to be one of my favorites.
Willow, a beautiful, beautiful willow tree.
I see.
So absolutely lovely.
That's really nice.
You then have slightly smaller. They're still kind of mature trees, but they're slightly smaller. And then you get into some of the young trees. So I should know the names of these trees, but we're going to do proper unboxings and things of these trees. But there's some of the young trees, so they would work. They'd work quite happily in the likes of Flames of War.
Yeah, they would suddenly become a mature tree in Flames of War.
And then finally, there's one other little tree that I just think is absolutely beautiful, and these are little orchard trees. with little apples on them. So.
Yeah,
if you can't see them, we'll get a little bit of B-roll on some of these, so as you can actually see them. But they are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, you see, just that little splash of color really makes those two particular trees just suddenly go pop, stand out.
Yeah. As trees go, now we've spent a long time working with trees and stuff like that there, and we've had all various kinds made out of toilet brushes and everything else. And my absolute favorite till now has always been the K&M trees. But now, having seen what Foreground have managed to come up with, these are lovely trees, and it's we're going to be using these at the Bolt Action Boot Camp as well. So for all those folks that are going to come along to the boot camp, you're going to get a feast of the eyes where you can have a look at these in the real life. So
even the guys that are watching the live blog, because I'm sure we'll see the tables and stuff on the live blog, they're going to get a feast for the eyes for what we've created for the boot camp.
Now it gets even better, okay? Because this is just the deciduous range, okay? They also have an evergreen range that should be coming shortly. So that's all of your conifers and stuff like that. But even more exciting for me, and probably most of the gamers out there, is the Mediterranean range. Sweet. That they're bringing out. So these are kind of your more desert and savanna type trees
nice.
that are going to look fantastic. Can you imagine Hack-Islam infinity table with those kind of Mediterranean trees and stuff like that? Bring them out now! At least bring them out before the Infinity Boot Camp.
Well, the guys at Foreground seem to love us, so we might get a sneak preview of some of them sent for it if we're lucky.
If we can find one, and if they have one, well, we'll see if they can send us over one to show off to you guys.
Yeah,
because
that would be really cool.
We did see them at Salute. If you're interested, go and check out the Salute live blog, because definitely, it's very, very cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a very, very quick break. After the break, we're going to be talking about new terrain that's coming out of Mantic. So we'll be right back.
Criminal gangs control the streets and lunatics make twisted schemes as night falls on Gotham. Join the Batman at the Batman Miniatures Hub on beastsofwar.com. Progress comes to a world of magic as science and the arcane combine to make marvels. Meet steampunk inventors and orc mystics at the Volsung Hub on beastsofwar.com.
Hi guys, and welcome back. Right, it's worth mentioning before we move on to talk about this, that if you're interested in Kings of War, I have a live midweek hangout with Ronnie Renton planned for Wednesday, the 18th of May. Yes. So that's this Wednesday coming. So if you want to find out what Ronnie's got planned for all this Kings of War stuff, join me on the midweek live hangout on Wednesday the 18th.
You'll probably get a bit of Dungeon Saga in there as well. Knowing Ronnie.
I have no doubt.
Knowing Ronnie, he will sit down, speak 1,000,000 miles per hour, and then you have to cipher.
He's a grenade. He's a grenade. You pull the pin and throw him out.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm looking forward to, because if you're not aware, next weekend on the 22nd, backstage members of Beasts of War are getting access to the alpha rules for the brand new version of Warpath 2.0. So if you fancy getting in on that, come on over and join backstage and get in on that alpha. You're going to get exclusive access for like 2-3 weeks, where you can get in, get to play on it. We're then going to be doing another live hangout for those backstage members, to talk to some of the rules writers and guys behind the scenes, to feedback, ask questions, see what you thought, before the whole thing starts to go out to beta. So for first access to Warpath 2.0, come across and join backstage.
Awesome. And the feedback does get used. The Kings of War edition rules were run by a committee. And that was community members.
Yeah.
So bring the feedback on, and that way they'll take it on board and they'll implement it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Right, Battlezones. Battlezones is the big terrain range from Mantic, okay? But you have a new kind of terrain range that is fully compatible with Battlezones.
Yep.
So you can mix and match it through, but otherwise you can use it on its own. What's this range called? This is the 20th Century Scenery range.
Yeah, 20th Century Scenery. They took what they'd done with Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
And we had all the ruined stuff. You can see just here. This stuff was what you kind of already got. And there was a lot of demand. People wanted to build an actual building. They wanted to build undamaged stuff.
Yes.
So that's essentially what we've done. And they're on pre-order now, is that you can basically get from a town-sized.
So you have your kind of shop fronts. I'm sorry, I look at this and I keep thinking of Moe's Bar.
Yeah. I brought that up earlier on this morning, and it's like
there's little like
further down into
circuit
shop, please,
boards. Sorry, there's little like switch boxes and.
There's
very cool.
There's all sorts of the usual bits of scenery. There's like little lights that you can hang off.
So all of these added gubbins and stuff are all part of the pack as well.
Yeah,
So.
and based on that, this is the town set. This is the ruined town set. So
Yes.
you're getting a ton of stuff in there. There's the complete one. We still get your ruined bits of ruined, but I mean, one of the images we can show is of a complete town.
Yeah.
And you've got an apartment block, two bigger versions of that store, plus a load of other broken bits.
Yeah.
This goes together really well, Warren. Mm-hmm. Here, have a look at that. You see that new connector piece? That's really good.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah. So this is a new connector piece that actually acts as a cover for the piece as well.
I can see someone doing a red brick
and
with
it's it's got the exterior brick with windows, but it's got a different texture on the inside. So you've got interiors as well, so you could have detailed interiors.
You probably won't be able to see it very well. I set this up as red brick.
Yeah.
But on the inside, it's all textured, so you could effectively have if I'd switch them around.
So you can just about kind of see inside for the interior detail.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's on each square. So you've got
everything's dual use.
Nice. And then there's your red brick on the other side. So you have the options on both sides. And then is this the set you were talking about?
Yeah, this is the large town set. You can see again, it's bigger than what I've already made.
Yeah.
You've got two of those. You're getting that's the apartment block, which they will be doing as separate, smaller sets. So if you just want to buy a convenience store, you will be able to get that. It's not out just yet.
Yeah.
But you can see the ton of stuff that you're getting.
I love all the little gubbins and stuff, like the little bin and the picket fence and stuff. It's there's some really nice bits and pieces in among all that.
It's not just to be used with the Mantic stuff. You can use it with any sort of modern game. So World War II's quite popular. There we go.
Yeah, look. It's bolt action.
It is.
Hey!
It actually looks quite cool.
Yeah, it does look good. Yeah.
I get the feeling Ronnie and John had a quick chat.
Yeah.
Quite probably. And then I've also seen you guys doing this with it as well.
Yeah.
Zombies.
No, Warren, it's not just zombies. It's zombie Nazis.
Oh, of course, yes.
So anything, you could take it into a post-apocalyptic setting. The idea behind it is it's just use it. Buy it, go crazy with it.
Or if you've ever wanted to model Coronation Street, there you go. You have the basics of it there now. Yeah. So you have a Rover's Return, Sally's.
Am I having to hunt out another piece of theme music for you? Because you have to do that.
Oh, okay, no, never mind. I'm not going to go down that road. Never mind.
No, it's dreadful.
I see what you did there, unfortunately.
For me, this stuff is the Lego of wargaming. There is no doubt about it. You know, the stuff that you can build with this is just incredible. Which brings me to an announcement. Stay tuned to the end of the show, because we're revealing who's going to win the Battlezones Challenge. We've been a long time in doing it, and we need your help. But we're going to be talking about that at the end of the show. So this is up for pre-order now, yeah?
Up for pre-order now. 3 different sets. All on I think they're on the new releases section of the Mantic web store, so easy to find.
We have to have a go with this. If I can, I'm just going to recommend that you check out a product. Go to modelmates.co.uk. Modelmates does a range of interesting weathering liquids and weathering sprays and things like that.
That would be a really good
We use them religiously here at Beasts of War. We've used them on every terrain project, including Hoth.
Yep.
You know, we were even using their weathering, some of their weathering liquids. They had a particular lime scale liquid, which made perfect frost whenever it was painted onto piping and cables and stuff like that. It was a perfect frost effect. However, I would like to highlight that they have a brick jointing liquid.
They have mortar liquid.
They have mortar liquid that you could paint onto this stuff and then just give it a rub to take it off the surface, and you would have the white mortar and jointing.
Oh, that has got to be tried.
Yeah,
so we will see if we can get a hold of ModelMates to try and get it to try and use a bit of it on this stuff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, go ahead and check out modelmates.co.uk and see what you think. Their rust effect is to die for, and if you're interested in doing some kind of brass effect Space Marines, they have perfect verdigris from a bottle.
Yeah.
So you just that kind of greeny kind of verdigris color that you would get on a copper or a brassy kind of effect. Bronze.
Yeah.
If you're doing a bronze, you can dab that in the corners and you get that beautiful green contrast.
And it's actually got that little bit of texture that the verdigris normally has.
It's amazing. Their rust, Rich, you know, their rust in a little pot. You pull it out, you paint it on, it's just a black liquid, leave it, come back in a few minutes, and it's turned to rust. It has just one shot and it's turned to rust.
Yeah,
it's
perfect. Nice crunchy rust.
I've got some ogres that I want to play around with.
I'll have a look at that.
You definitely want to try them out. Okay, guys, we're going to take a break. After the break, we're going to come back. I'm going to bring Lloyd in because we want to talk about some Mars attacks.
Yeah, it was the first thing he said when I walked through the door on Monday.
Zion, I don't get to talk about Mars attacks?
No, you don't get to talk about Mars attacks.
Right.
Lloyd is bouncing around on the outside of the studio just to get talking about Mars attacks. So,
okay.
So bear with us, and remember, at the end of the show, we're going to be seeking your help to pick the winner of the Battlezone Challenge. We'll be right back.
Anime cyberpunk style meets skirmish combat in Infinity. Experience 8 high-tech factions and fight to control the human sphere at the Infinity Hub on beastsofwar.com. From Viking halls to the cities of the future, terrain buffs will love our foreground hub. Watch gaming tables of all genres come to life at beastsofwar.com.
Hi guys, and welcome back. Mars attacks, Lloyd. This is your segment.
You had to drop me in for this. I love the Pulky War stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pulky? Pulky? Is that even a Pulky?
Pulpy.
Pulpy. Yeah, I love it. I'm a big sucker for that whole
1950s
stuff.
Yeah.
So when the Mars attack, when you landed in, the first thing I said is, does he know anything about Mars attacks? Does he? You getting him on the show? We're talking about that.
I think the exact words were, never mind Kings of War.
I want Mars attacks.
Right, let's do a bit of a recap, okay? Yeah. So Mars Attacks went through a successful Kickstarter.
Yep.
Okay. It unlocked an incredible amount of stuff.
Yes.
So the base game, a bunch of expansions, big stomping robots, flying saucers, it's all in there.
Yeah.
What does the product range consist of at the moment? For somebody that's new coming to Mars Attacks,
okay.
What's basically there for them to look at?
You got the main set, and that gives you a ton of Martians versus the humans. Fairly straightforward stuff.
Yeah.
Basic game, you got a bit of the scenery, and you're playing away. Everything you need to basically play. Then,
well, it's a good set at the minute.
Oh yeah, at the moment, yes.
Because I have a picture of it. It kind of gives away what we're going to talk about.
Well, just
chuck it out anyway.
Yeah, show me till we see.
Right. So here's a picture of the set. Now, at the moment, there's a free book comes with it. Isn't that right?
Yep, that is right. It's the World War expansion. You can buy separately if you've already got the other two expansions, which we'll talk about. But if you're straight into the game, buy that. Or if you already got it, because World War is about World War. It kind of takes the Mars Attacks 2x2 skirmish.
Yeah.
You pop down a load of other mats, make yourself a 4x4 or 4x6 table.
This is where it starts to get really exciting for me.
It's crazy.
Because when that came out, I went, all right, yes, I'm definitely getting mats and I'm going to have my I'm going to have an 8x4 table because I'm going to get loads of these things.
Yes.
See them robots and them flipping flying saucers. I am going to get loads of those and just have an epic game.
That's basically what World War is all about.
So it's scaling it up to war game level.
To a full war game level. You're still using your grids from the normal game.
Yeah.
But you're just gonna have masses and masses of troops. And that gives you basically all the rules you need to do that. So all the models, it's gone. Does
it have army lists, meta and stuff like that in the book?
Essentially, yeah. But you've got your humans. They give you good examples for. I think there's 2 examples for the Martians. So like smaller scale. I say smaller scale. It's still a massive force, and then a larger army, and it does the same for the humans. So it's still really accessible, but you're ending up with tons and tons. I think I worked out when we had 40 Martians, a robot, Sausage squadrons.
So this veers us in nicely. This is actually a good way to start because this veers us into the expansions because obviously to have a battle of that scale, we need more Martians.
You need more Martians.
Humans. So the box set came out.
The box set came out.
And then what was the follow-up?
No, you could just buy multiples of the box set.
You quite easily.
Get tons of Martians, tons of US Marines.
But then there's some shiny good stuff in the expansions, and they add a little bit more madness to the Mars Attacks universe.
So what was the first expansion?
That was Humanity Resists.
Okay, I believe I have the picture of that. So that would be this set.
Yep, that's that set. So that's where you got, as you can see, that's the truck and the flying saucer there, obviously painted.
Yeah, so let's get a quick whiz of the truck. So here's your truck.
Hard plastic.
Hard plastic.
Yeah.
And I was playing around with this last night, and in the entire set, the only thing you need to glue are the sides of the cab. The rest of it just actually clicks together.
Really?
Yeah, because everything popped into place really, really nicely.
You know, this bodes well for Warpath now that we're starting to see vehicles and stuff of this size coming out. I don't mean to change the subject, but it's hard not to change the subject. So,
but enough of that, because it is a truck. It's nice and all about out of the way.
Yes.
Bring in the saucer. Look at that. I love the saucer. Now
it is so cool.
One of the things I was looking at is the base. Now some people have mentioned online that the pictures show it with a clear, but it comes with a solid base.
Yes, with a solid base. Yeah, you were like,
no, I was looking at it and thinking, you know what? I can still do something really cool with that. Because what I was thinking is if you turn the actual, I'll just turn it over. If you turn it over, just here is probably a ring of lights.
Right.
So I was thinking, do you know what the base could actually represent? Maybe I'm just going off on one.
A beam.
But if I painted that a nice big bright blue, that's the actual light coming out of the saucer when it's flying around, and this could be like an energy beam down into the middle of it.
Yeah.
That's the way I'd paint that up, rather than just grey or black.
Do you want to do something even cooler? If it was possible to get them to prize them apart, you could even put some LEDs in there and light the thing up.
And I forget the guy's name, but there is someone who's actually put LEDs in his giant Martian robot.
In his robot.
So the whole canopy just lights up with these blue LEDs, and he's batteried it up.
He's popped it in here underneath this guy.
Yep.
So he's worked in that space.
Worked in a few LEDs, and it looks awesome. And I know it was on the Mantic Facebook page and on the forums. I'll see if I can get an image over to you guys. But it's just a brilliant idea, and Mantic fans just being crazy.
It is fabulous. So, this is what's this called again? This is called
Humanity Resists.
Humanity Resists. So you have, who are some of the characters that we're looking at there, Rich?
So basically, you've got these are the Martian Marines. Mm-hmm. And they're bringing a bit of heavy firepower. They've got a missile launcher.
So they're different from the one in the box set?
Yeah, they're the normal sort of Martian grunts, if you will. These guys are a bit more elite, a bit better armoured, a bit more skilled, and they bring a big missile launcher.
Yeah.
These chaps are the back of the stealth guys.
Now that intrigued me straight away. I was like, whoa, stealth guys.
Mm-hmm. Sneaking around, they've got sniper rifles. So you can start seeing the build-up of kind of
and they are Martians as well.
And they are Martians. These guys are the Novus Vera, which were the humans that were aware of what was going on. Hence, they've got this crazy equipment. They knew what was coming.
Yeah.
They prepared for it. Whereas the US military didn't have a clue.
So are they like your mad scientists in a camper van sort of crowd?
It's your tinfoil
Your
hat
Roddy Piper.
This is your tinfoil hat brigade that were right.
Yes.
And these guys are actually Novus Vera bounty hunters that come after the Martians, just adding assistance. The truck.
What do you mean? They come from where? Outer space or something?
A unit of bounty hunters from outer space that hunt the Martians wherever they turn up.
So like the guys from, what was it, Critters?
Critters, yeah, exactly.
Right. We're going into real retro stuff now, aren't we? So,
but that is it, and obviously the flying saucer, which you can either have a heat ray or a freeze ray. So that's a nice little addition, and you're probably going to want that, especially for the humans.
There's an alternative pilot.
There is
for the flying saucer, isn't there?
If you get the actual Humanity Resist box,
you
get this exclusive, so we can show it. There we go. And he's tiny wee, but
he's tiny because we had to widen the camera out for the bloody big robot.
Get the big robot in.
That's Joe, who's in the box in the main game. He's one of the main characters. In Humanity Resists, they've clocked on that Joe's a crazy mechanic.
Yeah.
And he can hop into the flying saucer, and then the humans can use the flying saucer.
Can they use squadrons of them? If you get
only just one.
Only
just
one
Joe.
Okay, all right, that's okay. Yeah.
He's a crazy mofo.
What the World War expansion does is it lets you take him and put him in a giant robot.
Oh no way!
The humans can have their own giant robot running around.
Your excitement is almost embarrassing getting out.
Here, let me show you another picture of the actual flying saucers.
That's actually one of the small sort of army sets we did for the World War.
Yeah.
Obviously, people are going to be like, I need more!
Now you can see that those two saucers have different weapons arrays.
Yes, there's weapon options, and for the saucers as well, they can expand. Yeah.
Everything's expandable. And so there's your normal grunts. You've got your Marines hiding in the corner, stealth guys. So they've done these nice bundles because they know people are going to go crazy for World War.
And I love the fact it's continual on the glass domes. I love the glass domes.
The glass domes are such a lovely, lovely touch to the whole thing.
Finishes it off nicely.
So then we moved on to what? What is the next expansion then that came out after that?
It's this one, Extermination.
So I believe I have a picture of that. So if I bring up
get
the
your picture up, and then we can.
Once I figure out which one. Oh, it's this one here. Isn't it?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, so bugs.
Things get really interesting.
This is where it gets crazy. So,
and all of this unlocked in the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Did so well. This is where the crazy happens properly.
Yeah.
So essentially, what you've got is this is the Martian Science Division, and they're led by Chief Surgeon Gall.
Let me get you a picture.
Get a picture of him. There they are, and they are all about doing crazy stuff. That's Rex. It's some crazy dog abomination that they've played around with and just let loose. These guys do weird stuff, and it kind of links in with the big robot in that one of the options, which is this one, is a shrink ray.
Yeah.
Oh, this way gets real good.
This is cool. So you got the shrink ray.
The legs going.
So what it does is it shrinks the troops, which these are actually shrunk down versions of the Marines you get in the main game.
Yeah.
So it shrinks them down, and then it uses the big grabby claw and chucks them in a containment. So the scientists can go and do their crazy experiments on humans.
So it turns them into like little 15mm guys.
Yeah.
So I could have that versus my Flames of War.
Well, you could start out with a bold action army.
Yeah.
And they could ray them all and then just lift them all up and put down the Flames of War.
Yeah. Oh, that is nuts. That is absolutely nuts.
Obviously, we always get something in for the humans, and that's where the Novus Vera that I mentioned earlier on, they came down in force this time.
Yeah.
And they've sent the Tiger Corps, which
these are the bounty hunters that are targeting the Martians.
These ones are hardcore elite, heavily armoured, big firepower.
Yeah.
Led by a guy called General Jarrett, which is a mouthful for me for some reason.
Yeah.
But you can see it just toured up to high heaven, or crazy other aliens.
Yeah.
So the Martians are from Mars.
Martians are from Mars. These guys are from
these
all
guys
over.
are coming on from different galaxies and
all
stuff.
over the place.
And I think the dog's from Uranus, isn't it?
It could well be.
Is he not Rex Uranus? No?
Oh.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
I'm going to go back to the main picture. Back to the main picture.
So yeah, and obviously these are some of the crazy creations that the scientists have come up with. The big yellow one.
Wait, I have pictures of these two, right?
Don't open the box!
If anyone's an arachnophobe,
So if we're going to move on to giant ant
Go on.
spider,
Oh,
There we
look
are.
at it.
yeah. So if you're
Where's Sam when you need him?
all we need is a giant wasp, and they'd be set.
do you know what I really like about those? I like the fact that they look unpredictable because the guy's got a Beastmaster stick after them to jab them.
Whereas in the original game, it was one of the random cards you picked up was an event card. A giant bug came out, fights whoever it lands on, and takes him off. These are the ones that they've managed to keep contained.
Look at you scratching there.
I know, it's just bugs.
Yeah, arachnophobes hate this one.
Yeah.
Giant ant's great fun, but and these two guys here are the special editions you get in Extermination. Open it up.
All right, look, we have to open it up. I have to see this. So.
Why are you doing
Okay, so
We're quite a wide shot because we had to get the robot in. But
Yeah.
we'll see what we can do.
before we have a look at the minis, let's get a very, very quick flick through the book, okay?
Look at the artwork.
So
Go back to that. How cool is that?
it is awesome,
nice.
isn't it? This is where licensing it really comes into its own, especially for a product like this or an IP like this that has IP stretching back 30, 40 years. You know, it's absolutely nuts. So there's everything that you need in the book.
There's your rules. The rules for your giant robot are in there. Numerous scenarios as usual.
Yeah,
It's awesome. There's just some great stuff in there.
and some lovely bits of artwork in there as well. I quite like this little bit here. All these little dudes working on the giant robot. Okay, I'm just going to go straight into the bugs, guys. So.
Yeah, no, go for it. What I love about this box is a bit more. Where is it? You had.
Let's see if we can get
Solution
a closer shot. So we'll get a nice close up of that.
Yeah, and with this box set, there's absolutely nothing to assemble. It is literally, as you've done, rip open that bag, you've got them out.
I'll tell you what, I wasn't itching, but now I am. There's something about seeing.
He's escaped! He's escaped! Get him! Stop on him!
It's something about when you took that out and see all them legs appeared, I immediately got itchy.
It's so grim.
The antenna coming out as well. It's
Just
just,
bring that other one in.
This is it here. What do you see? What do you see?
oh, it is creepy as hell.
Oh, I really am getting itchy. Look at the back.
I want an army of these. And the Martians get all the cool stuff in this game.
Yeah, but they do seem to. At least they can nick the robot, but yeah, they do get most of the cool stuff.
Oh, it is awesome. It is awesome. Lloyd, we have to get a big game of this on. You know, it's we could even set it back in the 1940s and use some of the bolt action stuff that we've been putting together.
See, that's my favourite period for this. Is the 1940s, 50s. Well, it'd be 1950s after the war.
Yeah.
Do you know when the Salsa Mania kicked off?
Yes.
And the US Army
From 1947 on.
The US Army still looked like World War II at that point in time. That's what I visualise. I'm gonna get a load of this Martian stuff and I'm gonna kick the tripe out of some bolt action army.
So here we have those other aliens. What are they called again?
They're the Novus Vera.
The
Tiger
Novus
Corps.
Vera
They're the
Corps.
Tiger. They're like the elite.
I can't believe the amount of sculpting and work that has went into this. You know, because we watched the Kickstarter, and it's really difficult sometimes in a Kickstarter to truly appreciate how much stuff is unlocked.
Yeah.
During a Kickstarter, it's absolutely
You're not
phenomenal.
pushing it all in close enough. You need to come further over.
Let's go more that way. There.
Less that way.
So.
A big group of guys.
Yeah.
The bounty hunters from space. Mm-hmm. Now, is there comic books or something about that? Or where in the heck do they come? Where in the grand scheme of things did bounty hunters from space come from?
It all comes from the original cards.
Yeah.
The original IP. Everything comes from the original IP. So I haven't seen the particular cards, but they've come from there. We've toyed with it, looked at the rules. They've been signed off. I think
it's just really cool. Now, you were telling us about these guys here, which are their exclusive special characters. We have them on the screen.
Craig and Tunga. They've got a little crazy story. Again, that comes from the IP. Craig's a zookeeper. When the Martians invaded Greenville, he backed off, but he's a bit tough. He looks a bit Steve Irwin-y, someone mentioned earlier on.
He does, yeah.
Could you imagine Steve Irwin tackling a Martian? Or one of these beasties?
You don't want to know what you do.
Dear me.
So basically, he grabbed his shotgun, and Tunga was the only gorilla that got out that didn't run away, and basically started munching on the Martians. And he's joined them. Yeah. And they basically fought their way out of the zoo, and they're now trying to find some safety. So they're the nice little bonus that you get again if you get the box set itself. And it's just a bit more fun, a bit more crazy.
And you get a whole bunch of these are the Martian Marine. No, these are
that's the science division.
The science division.
Yeah. So there's the science division. That's your Chief Surgeon Gore.
Wait. So I'll put him in the middle.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
And then you can build up around him.
Now the casts of these guys is actually not bad for these single piece minis. This is one of the great things about it. It all just is playable straight out of the box.
There we go.
And there's our buddy Rex from Uranus.
And I've got all our wee helmets here.
The little helmets. If it goes wrong without the helmets.
We're going to have to get a painting guide for this. So it's for painting Martians. Yeah. And even some kind of speed painting, because if World War is now the way we're going to go, so let's recap here. So if you're interested in Mars Attacks and going with all your friends, it's available as a board game. It plays in a small area. It's fast, it's furious, it's fun, but we're all collectors. We're all gamers. We want it to scale. Yeah. We want to get big stumpy robots and squadrons of flying saucers coming in. World War seems to be the way to go.
It all
get a load of mats set up and go brutal.
And you're still bringing more characters out. For example, here's the VIMs.
The VIM, very important Martians. Yeah, these are cool. These are some nice little additions. You had the standard bearer was brought in with Humanity Resists, the rules for him. Yeah. So there he is. He just adds a little extra unit. He turns up whenever the big guys are there, so General Tor, or this guy, who is the Supreme Regent. His backstory, he's come down to see if Tor needs a bit of a hand. Yes. Give him a kind word in his ear, allegedly.
And this girl looks familiar to me.
That's Belosa Bell.
Is that the woman who was in the movie and moved
lady.
All weird?
Yeah, that was
the Martian lady.
She's one of their top agents that's infiltrated humanity. So backstory is, I think she's been around for quite a while and is not quite the sanest of Martians anymore, but they've managed to find a locator and are using her. Yeah, she was the slinky one that went after the president, after Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Do you know them pig models and stuff we have? I'm going to steal some of them and I'm going to put some heads on them.
Yeah, and we should get cows and set them on fire.
Set them on fire!
lots of burning
Well, you
cows.
guys do have that model. I don't have a picture of it, but there is a model.
There is the burning cattle.
Well, Rich, look, thank you so much for joining us. It's been fascinating having you on the show, listening about Kings of War, but this Mars Attacks stuff, I'm just like in love. We have a competition.
Yeah, I'm sitting here going, it gets even better. Oh, right, where do you see this?
If you guys want to win this prize, boom, we're getting the main box and both expansions to be in with a chance of winning that prize. All you have to do is comment. Comment on this show either here on beastsofwar.com or on YouTube or on the corresponding post on Facebook. We'll be picking a winner at random from one of those three locations. If you want to be in with an even better chance, you probably want to do all three. That is a huge swathe of Mars Attack stuff. You would have what you need to start playing World War.
Which you will actually get as that is part of it.
Just before we do go, let's bring up a picture of the actual painted big robot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. I love the fact that it came in like a silver plastic anyway.
Yeah.
Once again, what a really nice
it's just
touch.
his feet this time.
It's just his feet.
How big that thing is.
Let me in. Oh. So it's it's absolutely fabulous stuff. Okay, we're going to take one final little break just to tell you about some hubs. When we get back, we're going to be covering the Battlezone challenge. We need your help to pick the winner, and we're going to be announcing the Carnivale winner, which we forgot to announce in the last couple of weekenders. Rich, thank you for joining us. Do not leave it too long before you come back on the show.
Definitely coming back.
Guys, we'll be right back.
Humanity has been driven from Earth, but now it's time to take it back. Join the Reconquest and fight the Scourge on the Drop Zone Commander Hub at beastsofwar.com. Venture into the dangerous dungeons of myth as a mighty hero and stand against the darkness. Visit the Myth Hub on beastsofwar.com and begin your story.
I'm in love with Mars Attacks.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh, Justin, myself and Lloyd are now just, our minds are buzzing.
I just have the image of Lloyd sitting here going, and
Lloyd was sitting there with his leg going like this. You know, so I thought the dog Rex Uranus was hanging onto his leg. No, it's I know exactly what's going to happen when filming ends this morning. We're going to go out there and Lloyd's going to be standing at the bolt action terrain.
Yeah.
There's going to be a big stumpy robot on there and some 1947 US Marines or US soldiers.
So is this the new version of the giant hunt? The giant robot hunt?
I think what's running through Lloyd's head is I think Lloyd wants to learn both games. I think Lloyd wants to learn Mars Attacks because it's a great fun game.
Yeah.
If you're interested in a Mars Attacks weekend or something, do post below because
that could be fun.
I think it could be a lot of fun. If it grabs you guys and we get enough interest, we could maybe do a Mars Attacks weekend, something just completely off the wall.
Right.
Something more, not a boot camp, just something totally off the wall.
So just something crazy, fun, come along.
Good and chill.
But I'm also convinced that Lloyd's out there plotting how he's going to stat those models up for bolt action. Because I know that's what he's thinking. And did you see if it is what he's thinking?
Yeah.
I'm 110% on board with that.
But all right, you've got my Twitch going, but historical stuff.
I want to see it. Okay, right. Two competitions.
Yep.
Okay. First one I'll get out of the way is my apologies.
We missed one.
We missed a competition winner that we had forgot to announce.
Yep.
The winner of the Carnivale competition, who wins
a 2-player Carnivale starter bundle. So that's rulebook and 2 starter sets of your choice.
Zing! The winner is Nextone. So congratulations, Nextone. Fill in the prize.
Make sure you're on
claim.
beastsofwar.com. Go to the top drop down. There's a little button saying claim prize.
I'm working through the prize claims at the moment, so if you haven't heard about your prize claim for a while, my apologies, but with Salute and everything else, it's been absolutely nuts.
Yep.
We are working through them, including Happy Howler, who I have your stuff. I have a selection of cool orc stuff to go to Happy Howler. It's months late because I've only just noticed it in the list. So you haven't forgot about you. It's always there, so we will always find it. So we will be getting that off to you. Right. Okay. This is another competition that has run for quite some time.
It's overran quite a bit.
We've had a number of entries, and we've been whittling it all down, and we were going to announce a winner. But the difficulty is we can't agree on a winner.
Yes.
And we don't want to pick one at random.
Yes.
So it has come down. Basically, what we had was the Battlezone Challenge. And it started as a Battlezone Winter Challenge, ended up a Battlezone
Summer Challenge.
Spring Challenge.
Challenge, yeah.
So what it was you were to build something with Battlezone terrain, okay? We would pick a winner, and that winner would either win the big Battlezone box of terrain, or the equivalent of what he used in terrain.
If they had used more.
If you'd used more.
Yeah.
We thought this was all going to be very straightforward.
Yeah.
Until we saw these two entries.
All right, so here's our first one. This is an 8-foot by 4-foot compound.
Oh, look at that.
Now, you see, I looked at this one first and I thought, it's an 8x4 table, done with it. Then I started to look closer.
Yes.
And I saw things start to jump out. So, what's that on the right?
To Portaloo, right?
Toilets.
They made Portaloos out of the Dead Zone terrain.
Yeah.
You've got your construction site on the
They've
left.
even got wee sinks and things.
Yeah, they
haven't
do. They do. And then you've got the destroyed buildings, and he has been so clever with how he's done it because you can see the doors opening, flipping up and down on the left here. The destroyed landing pad that's epic.
And he's built all this for playability in mind.
Exactly. Well, I mean, like this one again, you see the way he's left an open space in the top
Yes.
with 4 of those panels up the way.
Yeah.
That means you can reach your hand down in there and shift your minis in and about in that space without having to
This
worry
is
about it.
very, very well thought out.
Yeah.
He made a windmill.
Oh, he has made it was either a windmill or a space laser of some sort, isn't it?
Yeah. And
But look how that's components that were never designed to do that.
yeah. And if
Yeah.
you look at you see the right hand side of the building,
Yes.
he's made 2 loudspeakers there from the bases of
The satellite dish.
of the satellite dish. Yeah, the base of the satellite dish he has turned into megaphones.
Oh, that's yes.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
He's really clever with what he's done here. Now, the arguments began
Yes.
when we saw this.
Ah, the oil rig, the
Yes.
oil refinery platform.
Yes,
Do we have any other shots of this, Justin?
we have plenty of shots of this. This was a beautiful piece because it's the same footprint as a standard Dead Zone board,
Yes.
but it's 2 foot tall.
Right.
It's really cleverly done. I love the work he's done on the ocean base
Yeah.
and the way he's made it rise up out of it.
Drop
It's
rig
so
Alpha
great.
7.
Yeah. He's also done your landing pad.
Yeah.
Lots of cool details. We then have this. Oh, no, that's something else. Ooh. Lloyd has only given me 3 images of that, unfortunately.
Okay. Right.
But you see that smokestack there?
Yes.
That's a dice tower.
Is it a dice
Has he
tower?
built a dice tower?
He's built a dice tower into it from that big smokestack. So dice go on the top, roll out the bottom.
Yeah.
This is my pick for it, simply because it's so big and epic.
You see, I love this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Lloyd has convinced me almost on the other one now because of the amount of playability and stuff like that. It's even got a crane.
Yeah.
You know, the guy has built a crane
Yeah.
out of this stuff. You know, this has shown me versatility and how versatile the different components that you can build for your gaming table are. Whereas, if you go back to the other one, that looks
It shows
like
the
like an oil
multi-level
rig.
play, which is
Yeah.
something I always loved about Dead Zone. The other one, yeah, you have some levels in it, but this is such a contained
But the other one, other
space
than the
you're working
crane
in.
and stuff, doesn't have particularly many recognizable shapes. You know, it's compound. It's you know it's doing what the Battlezone stuff you'd expect. You know, the way it goes together in squares and stuff.
Yeah.
This, however, looks exactly. You know what this is the moment you see it.
Yeah.
So I
You
can't
see the problem we're having,
Yeah,
guys.
I can't decide between the two.
For me, my hand's going up. I want the oil rig to win.
I'm going to vote for the other one.
Yeah.
You're going for the big 8x4 table.
Yes, simply because you have those recognizable shapes in there, but then he's went and done the stuff like the windmill and other bits
Yeah.
and pieces in there. So he's taken what you expect the terrain to do and then done stuff that you don't expect it to do.
Like a crane.
Like the crane, the mill,
How
the portal.
cool will it be to play Warpath 2.0 on that table?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're going to have to invite both these guys to come across and do some terrain with us because
I wonder
I'm
if
just
we could
looking at
actually
this
get them to
going,
bring the tables.
It's lovely.
I would like to see what Ronnie would think of these.
Yeah.
And I'd like him to take the winner and
we
do a big
we
display.
have Ronnie
at their
on
place.
a live chat next week. So
Yep.
Warren, here's a mission for you. Ask him.
I will ask him. Okay, guys, right. We have put voting into this post on beastsofwar.com. So wherever you're watching this, please do come across to beastsofwar.com, come into the post, and we have, do we have the names? So Comfy Sofa did the big table.
Yeah.
And Psychorax
Did the oil rig.
did the oil rig, okay? So place your vote for who you think should be the winner of the Battlezone challenge, okay? Is it the big table from Comfy Sofa or the oil rig from Psychorax? And help us once and for all, pick a winner. From, but I tell you what, both of you guys have done astounding work on that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to call it a morning. Look, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Remember that tomorrow morning, we have a whole additional version of this show. It's called the XLBS, the extra long backstage version of the show. It's for backstagers. It comes out at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning. It's great Sunday morning TV. And we get to talk about all sorts of stuff.
We're still running the free trial, aren't we?
Yes, we have a 7-day free trial for Backstage. So if you fancy coming over and checking it out, do click on that. We'll put the link into the show notes here of the 7-day free trial. Sign up, come across, watch the Backstage, go back through some of the back catalogue stuff we have. We have a ton of additional content here in Backstage. We have additional shows, because most of the shows that we put out now, we have the XLBS version of that show. So it's definitely worth checking out. Anyway, we know it's the weekend. You've got things to do. So all that's left to say is happy gaming.
Flames of War brings you the battles of World War II in epic 15mm scale. Go to the hub on beastsofwar.com to find news, tactics, and tutorials about the game. Become a general of mighty armies at the Kings of War Hub. Take command of elves, dwarves, and orcs in this game of masked fantasy combat on beastsofwar.com.